Coming off another double gold performance at Pan Am's, the ongoing medal count here. Tell us, what does it mean to you to be so consistent through this season?
I mean, it's everything to me. It's making the transition from an athlete who's okay to an athlete who's presenting himself in dominance, as one of the best guys in the world, and that's always been my goal. I've never wanted anything less than that. So as a kid, you watch these guys, and there's people who are good fencers, and they medal every once in a while, and everybody knows they're good. And then there's those few guys at the top that are almost untouchable, and that's what you strive for, or you're never going to have that. And that's always been the goal for me. And every competition I go to, I'm trying to set that precedent.
Now, at the Bonn World Cup a couple months ago already, you talked about expectations and creating that expectation in USA Fencing to go into every competition expecting a medal. Now, how is that with the ongoing medals that you're taking? You're bronze or better in most of these competitions. Are you content with just that, or
No.
how are you feeling after walking home with bronze?
I mean, my whole thing is that you either win or you don't. You go into every bout, and it's bout by bout. It doesn't matter if it's the final or the top three. So if you lose to somebody at the competition, you lost. That's how it goes down to it. So, or how, there is no really weighing that. So if you're the best guy in the world, you shouldn't be losing, and you didn't prove that on that day. So that's on you, and you never want to do that.
Now, as far as rankings, you're nearing that world number one.
Yeah.
Right now, you're what, 2 or 3?
Two. Yeah.
So, what's your stance on rankings? How much do they really mean to you?
They mean a lot to me this season for the first time. I think this year is the first time that the rankings really reflected my results. We have the luxury of having Pan Am's as the Americans, and unfortunately Pan Am's are a weak competition. They're very weak. They don't have too many of the top guys there, and to make big Grand Prix points there is, it's kind of a luxury. And I didn't take advantage of it last year. I lost in like the 16 or the 32, and I kind of put it on myself of being like, you know what, if we can prove that my ranking is not based on Pan Am's, it's based on being the best guy in the world, then that's what it's going to be. And in order to be the top guy in the world, to win that World Cup at the end of the season, is it's all about being the best, like we talked about, and having those numerous medals and constantly, consistently performing. And that's what I've done this year so far. So for me, this is the first time I've ever looked at my ranking and been like, wow, this is like a big improvement. And Pan Am's is something that you have to kind of take with a grain of salt. And I think a lot of people in America don't do that because we see it as such a bonus and it's kind of hush-hush. But, it's a weak competition when it comes down to it. You see these guys rolling through the competition, and it's not the same as a World Cup. And there's guys who get there and can do well in a Grand Prix point situation that can never handle themselves on that kind of circuit. And it's important to remember that and remember where you came from and know that, just because something is worth a lot of points doesn't mean it's the same type of competition. And to judge yourself based on, like I said before, is like who you're fencing, when you're fencing, and how you feel getting off the strip. And for me, getting off the strip with anybody and doing it this year is that I know that I've been in contention with every single person I've fenced. And even the bouts that I've lost, I've put 100% out there and made some mistakes, but that's on me. And that's what my ranking reflects.
Now you have another opportunity to kind of defend or improve on that ranking here coming up in Russia.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do to go out there and improve or to confirm?
No, it's the same thing. You go into every competition just looking to perform your best. I think that's the most important thing. And that's the whole thing. It's not really about anybody else anymore. It's about me. And I'm the top guy this season. It's undeniable. And everybody has to kind of like watch what I'm doing and either put their best game face on and give me a run or not. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep going out there and proving that the work I'm putting in is the best, is first class, the best in the world. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, we're excited to watch that. Congrats again on double gold at Pan Am's, and best of luck in Russia.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Race.